So now we are going to start our study session on the laws of secret. And here is the chapters of the laws of secret. The first one is a secret world of religion. And the second one is a recovery from spiritual disturbance. And we already studied the first one and second one. And yeah, that is just at the beginning. But and today we are going to study the third chapter, the condition of the real exorcist. And the fourth one is the right way to conquer the devils. The fifth one is a creation from faith. Our master said in the afterword, this book describes the way to conquer the devils, as well as how to dispel viruses. It also reveals the mystical power of God and the miraculous power of faith. I believe people today need to learn this truth as afresh as a new subject of study. So that's why, Happy Science Philippines, we are studying the laws of secret every week. And here is a quote from How to Survive the Coronavirus Recession. Our master told us that what we should do while we stay at home. So in Philippines and also other countries, we are suffering in lockdown. So what can we do? So master said, if you are lawfully abiding by the government's request to stay indoors, please increase your productivity by stocking up on different things, such as preparing for what you might need later on, or studying something you usually cannot. For example, you could read up on classic literature that you usually have no time to read, or gain new knowledge that you will need to use later in your work. Now is the time to prepare your weapons for the next step. So you should read books or cultivate yourself. So we have plenty of time in lockdown. So we should think of how can we utilize much time. So master said we have to utilize the lockdown time to prepare for the next step. So now we are going. Here's another quote too. You should refrain from watching or reading the same kind of news or different TV stations or newspapers. Instead, you should use your time for something that will help you later on. So now we are going to take a short contemplation. So we need to find out what we want to do in 5 years. Go to Japan or study in university or do different careers and so on. And then we are going to contemplate what we need to do right now and what can we do today for the future. Our master said, now is the time to prepare your weapons for the next step. So you should read books or cultivate yourself. So we need to find out what future we want to realize. So now we are going to ask ourselves with these questions. Jennifer. Hmm. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And okay. Yes. So, do you have any ideas on what you want to do in 5 years? And today I come up with new dreams that I want to become a Japanese teacher. Yes, I really want to be a Japanese teacher who can help people to learn some Japanese. Mm. And yeah, I think in 5 years, we can, I think I can become a Japanese teacher if I utilize a small chunk of time too. So yeah, it's important to have dreams, and we need to think about what we need to do next and what can we do today. So yeah, hopefully this study session on the laws of secret also help us to grasp the new dreams and also new vision as well. So now we are going to move on to the study session on the laws of secret. And so let's read aloud the passage in turn. So if you have a book, please open the book to page 143. 143. So today we are going to study excerpt from the law from third chapter, the condition of the real exorcist. So I will read aloud first. So prior to this lecture, I received a question about how to assess one's progress in spiritual trading. But objectively assessing this is quite difficult. The simplest way to see one's spiritual progress is this. Then he said, and so now, please, so could you read aloud, Louis, to read aloud this slide?
We are preconditioned to live in this world as humans and naturally have worldly desires. So the question is how well we are able to control and restrain these earthly desires. This is often mentioned in Buddhist scriptures as well.
This is important parts. Thank you, Louis. And how about Christine? Could you read aloud this slide?
In general, people with great achievement are often respected, but based on the teachings in the Buddhist scriptures, people are often praised for how well they have trained and controlled their minds and bodies in their daily lives, rather than for what they have accomplished in this world. What matters is the day-to-day effort.
Thank you, Christine. Yes. So how about Mr. James?
As you continue to accumulate such efforts, you may gradually gain recognition from the people around you. Believers can somehow perceive whether the prayer and expressions conducted by particular prayers are effective or not.
Thank you, James. Yes, I will read aloud this slide. So it is worth noting that one's spiritual progress is not determined by his or her job title, age, or income, as it is a regular organization consisting of lay people. In other words, those who make an effort to control and govern themselves will be able to maintain and strengthen their spiritual power. This is important part too. Sorry, today is a bit short one because it's Friday, so we have also another services. So yeah, so Master said, Master was asked the question, how can we assess one's progress in spiritual training? Our masters and our master said, based on the teaching in the Buddhist scriptures, people often praise for how well they have trained and controlled their minds and bodies in their daily lives. What matters is the day-to-day efforts. And he said, as you continue to accumulate such efforts, you may gradually gain recognition from the people around you. And it is worth noting that one's spiritual progress is not determined by his or her job title or age or income. Those who make an effort to control and govern themselves will be able to maintain and strengthen their spiritual power. So what we can learn from here is Master said in the beginning, we are preconditions to live in this world as humans and naturally have worldly desires. So the question is how well we are able to control and retrain these earthly desires. So as long as we live as a human being, worldly desires to eat, to sleep, and to become a bit lazy, to become, and also to, how to say, indulge yourself in sexes will come up. And these desires will prevent you from progressing in spiritual journey. So what matters is to how to control your desires. And here is a quote, another quote. Here is another quote from Faith and Passion. How about Louis? Could you read out this sentence, if possible?
The way of exorcising evil spirits is the explosion of the right mind. In another form, do not think that evil spirits exist outside of you. You are the one who call on such evils. Environment and other people might be to blame sometimes, but it comes down to your inside of your mind. Fight against the devils within your mind.
Thank you, Louis. Yeah, that's the crucial part to understand the exorcism in Happy Seconds. So I don't know, but I think in Christianity, evil spirits exist outside and the devils exist outside. But Happy Science is also based on Buddhism. And Buddhism teaches us how to control our mind. And we call it the exploration of the right mind. Minister Kota always teaches us the exploration of the right mind is a four path: love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress. And now Master said the way of exercising evil spirits is a exploration of the right mind in another form. And he said, do not think that evil spirits exist outside of you. You are the one, your mind is a one who called on such evils. So Master said, fight against the devils within your mind. So there is a reason why people are possessed by evil spirits, because they have a greed, anger, and foolishness. Three poisons of Buddhism. So what is important is to govern your mind. And so that's why Master said in the Laws of Secret, let us recap the important points. We are preconditions to live in this world as humans and naturally have worldly desires. So the question is how well we are able to control and retrain these earthly desires. So now we are going to reflect on our way of life too. So the first question is, did you try to refrain your worldly desires about food, money, sleep, and sex? And the second question is how can you retrain and control the devils within your mind? So maybe, maybe anger will come up, or desires to eat more or get more will come up in your mind. And that is the devils within our mind. But now we have a sutras like the true was spoken by Buddha, and also that Buddha's teaching, the Dharma's like mine. And also we can practice the self-reflection on the Eightfold Path. So let us ask ourselves these questions. Our master said in another lecture, what is testing you is how much your resolution and determination as a seeker last. So once we became a Happy Science member, we pledge to become an angel or bodhisattva after we pass away, after we leave this world. But how much can we keep up the resolution to become angels of light? So that is the point. We are tested by evil spirits. So now we are going to reflect on our lives with these questions. Okay, thank you very much, Lord Alcantara, for your great guidance. Yes, so today's point is about the real exorcist. And what is a real exorcist? You can become a real exorcist if you can control your mind. So evil spirits, of course, exist outside of you, but also it also exists. The seed of evil spirits also exists within our mind, because we have a same tendency with evil spirits. They can possess us, possess our mind. So what matters the most is to govern your mind, control your anger, control your desire. And if you can control your mind, that is a proof that you are becoming a real exorcist to save other people too. So there are so many secrets in the laws of secret. Now we learn about the secret war of religion last week, and also recovery from spiritual disturbance. We learned that the infection is also a spiritual phenomena. At a third one, today, the condition of the real exorcist is to control our mind, exploration of the right mind. And next week, we are going to study the right way to conquer the devils, and also creation from faith. If you want to have a book, The Laws of Secret, please let us know. And yes, and if you have any subject to study that you want to study, please let me know. Let us study together on the subject you might be interested. Yes, that's it for today. And in 10 minutes later, in 5 minutes later, we are going to study the laws of hope at 8 o'clock in Philippine time on Friday too. So please feel free to join us. Yes. So let us